We're hitting the most popular marked room in Tarkov, which is the Dorms marked room key. It's cost us 11 million to get a fresh one, and we're hoping to get some big pulls from this room today. And they're going to have to be big pulls if we're going to make up the 11 million pound deficit that we've just put ourselves in. I'm quite excited to see what we get. It's a really fun room to hit, and we'll be keeping track of the big items we find, tallying them up to see if we make anywhere close to that 11 million. So let's find out. Can you profit from the Dorms marked room? So we're taking our first steps into this room on this particular playthrough. We get a couple of bits of rubles on the floor before we see the big boy in the back shining at us. It's a black key card. First time finding the key card. We have a little pricer here as well. This is going to keep track of all the big items that we find. And that was 1.5 mil on our first run. So it wasn't bad. There was nothing else in the room other than that. But I was pretty happy with that, not going to lie. Second run of the room. The first thing I see that I like is an RSAS because that is needed for gunsmith, so I was happy with that. And after that then you can see it on the floor there. The best item we actually found was a labs access key card. It does say 63k, but they do sell for around 200k on the flea, and there was nothing else really exciting after that. The next use of the key was our first dud. You can see I've speeded it up here. There was nothing in the room. A few nice guns, of course, there's always nice guns, but there was nothing else. And by Houston before, I was starting to get really worried about the key because the rooms are looking so bare. And for 4 uses of the key, for us to only have one really high-end item was a big worry. We're still at this point 9.5 million down on our original investment. But that's where you need to make sure that you're locked in on these marked rooms, because you need to check the shelf, you need to check the chair, the bookshelf up top, as well as the books that are down below, because that's where we ended up finding the Red Rebel ice pick, a 1 million ruble item that I haven't even found before and I'll be keeping hold of. So that was a massive find in the end. So just make sure you're scanning the rooms properly. A bad room can quickly turn into a good one. At the halfway point, we find what I would consider the best weapon in the game at the time of making this video, the spear, and this is a 500k weapon. They're extremely desirable at the moment, they're just so good. On top of that, we managed to find a key tool which also goes for 470k, making this room overall a 1 million ruble room. It's interesting to note that this is the halfway point as well, and we've managed to make 3 million of the 11 million back so far, so we can't exactly say it's going too well. Next up, we get another RSAS straight off the bat. We're always taking them, and we check the book straight away this time, and we actually find a yellow key card which goes for 2.2 mil. The exact kind of start we're hoping to have to the second half of this key, and the exact items I'm looking for to build up my labs keycard set. It also puts us at minus 5.3 mil, which looks much better as well. The next shoes turned out to be what I would call a dud. We found a lot of nice items, guns and bronze lions, even a bit of treasure, but nothing particularly special in here. Plenty of good value if you really wanted to tot it all up, but we're not doing that here today, so we're going to skip this one. That leaves us with 3 more uses of the key to try and find something really nice. Another bronze line as we walk in here. Looks like a keycard on the floor, and it was a violet keycard that we managed to find. Funny enough, I actually heard someone in the hallway. I don't know why I didn't pick it up. If this is PvP, you're picking that up and you're putting it in your butt so fast. Because it's PvE, I thought I'd peek down the hallway one last time. Anyway, we picked the card up and it goes for 3.8 million. Easily the biggest pull we've had so far. Back-to-back keycards in the last 2 rooms, totaling over 5 million. We had completely turned it round, and we still had 2 uses left on the Dorms marked room key. And we're on to the second last use of the key now, and honestly at this point, this is the point after finding all that stuff that I thought maybe I should try and get a good thumbnail with a nice keycard that I found. But unfortunately there was no keycard in this particular room, so I was looking first to see if there was a good thumbnail before picking up what turned out to be quite a mediocre room, or so I thought. We ended up finding the best possible bit of treasure you can find, which is a Bitcoin, and it goes for about 900k. And we did decide to use our last use of the key. We weren't going to sell it to someone for 3 mil on the market, so they only get one use. And we got ourselves a dog tags case. That's 200k, not bad at all off the total. You can see we're really close here. We also had that task, so we made sure we planted that because we didn't want to have to buy another key. And after that, there was nothing really else in here, or so I thought again, but this was more just because of my bad eyes. We got the bronze line, and as I was about to leave, I stood over a keycard case, which isn't bad as well, about 300k off in the total. And why not? While it's there, let's count that lion. And all this means basically is that the key for me was worth the money at least. I'm sure you can make more money than I've made on it, you know, if you get the red keycard, things like that. Some keys are worth a lot of money, but the key for me was worth the money at least. And looking on the market right now, actually, there is a key that's 10 out of 10 that is actually 2 million less, so you might be able to even make a bit more money on it because the spawns are still the same. That's the end of the video anyway. That's what I got in my DOMs marked. I want to know what you got in your DOMs marked down below. What's your best item? I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.